into some perfect. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to leg day. Atelihai, Tunngasugit, I think, or Tunngahugit. I can't really remember exactly which one, but I'm trying. Uh, yeah, so hello, everybody. Welcome to leg day. Today we're just going to be doing some warm-up stretches for our legs, and then we're going to jump into some exercises for our legs, and then we're going to cool down. Before we get started, I just want to say a big thank you to the Canadian Heritage and Sport Canada for large contributions which made this program possible, as well as the Toronto and Youth Association staff for getting this rolling online, and for all of you for joining me here today. So yeah, let's get started. So today for the warm-up, we're going to be doing 6 exercises. So again, with the dynamic stretching, so that's stretching with movement. And then we're going to get into 6 leg exercises. Amazing. And then we're going to get into the cool down. So jump into that here. Let me just get some water first so I don't die on stream. Okay, let's get it. Do we need anything? If you want to use some weights or some weighted equipment, you absolutely can, just to make it more challenging. But all I have is the yoga mat behind me, and maybe just something to stabilize yourself as we're doing stretches. But no equipment. You pretty much never will need equipment for these workouts. They're all just free base using the body. So, yep. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is the deep squat into toe touching. So the deep squat into toe touching is really good just for getting that squat movement in, as well as stretching out the hamstrings and the calves. So I've done this one a couple of times, but I'll just show you how to do it. So I'll start front ways, standing tall. My feet are shoulder width apart, and you want to just come down into a deep squat, touch your toes, and then you just want to extend your legs while touching your toes. So just like this. So as you come up, just extending your body, touching your toes. So we're going to do this 8 times, holding each part for 5 seconds. So from the side. So again, squatting down. Try to keep the back straight if you can. And then just doing this. So again, just 8 times. Cool. And again, if you feel like you need a bit more of a stretch, you can just keep doing those or holding that position to really get that tightness in. Get some more water. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the human triangle. So this one, just hands planted on the floor, creating that human triangle or that upside down V. And we're just going to be pushing back our hind legs. So show you what that looks like. I don't know why I said hind legs, like our arms or legs, but your legs. So again, coming into this position, touching the floor and just pushing against your feet. And so we're just going to hold this for 30 seconds. So you just want to keep your feet shoulder width apart. Your arms are about the same, and you just want everything flat on the floor. And you just want to push back on your legs. So you should really feel that in your calves. So that's probably about 30 seconds. I'm going to do prior unless you just want to. Cool. Amazing. So now we're going to do some side lunges with toe touches. So just leaning on one side, reaching for the foot, and then leaning to the other side. So again, just lunging back and forth. So stepping out, I like to keep everything toes all forward. And again, just leaning down, trying to get into that stretch, and then going over to the other side. So this is going to be a workout later on. So this is why we're stretching out in lunge position. So if you can, just try to get as deep as you can in this exercise. So we're just going to do this 8 times or 4 times each side. It's a really good abductor or adductor exercise, so the inside thigh. Probably gonna need another bottle after this. All right. So those were the side lunges. Now we're gonna do the calf stretch. So we're gonna get into the thinking pose. So really just putting all your body weight on your calf. So I get into thinking pose or rested lunge position. So my knees are against the mat, my foot forward, facing forward. My knee is about 90 degrees. My knee is right over my heel, so not past the toes, although that is a stretch for later. And once we're in this position, you want to just flex your calf. So doing one of these, making sure that your calf is flexed, and you're just gonna put pressure on it. So our calves are usually really tight from lack of movement or lack of usage. And if you are a runner, then they're going to probably hurt more as they're actually getting that attention. So it's really important just to stretch your calves throughout the day. So again, just resting on the calf. We'll do this about 30 seconds, and then we'll switch to the other side. So the timer again, kind of over counting in my head. We'll call that 30 seconds. Flipping over now to the other side. And if you really want to get that back leg stretched out afterwards, after you've done this stretch, you can try to plant your toes into the floor like this, and just try to keep that calf still extended, still flexed to get that lower part of the calf stretched. So now switching to the other side, just pushing down on it, making sure that it's flexed. We'll be coming back to this position once we get into the workout, but for now, we're just going to be doing this. If you do find any trouble using your calf in this position, let me know, as I do have other stretches. For one, you could go up against the wall and bring your chest to the wall and kind of keeping your body at an angle and pushing back onto the calves or your heels. Call that 30 seconds. Okay. Now we're going to do some knee kickouts. So we're going to go back into that lunge position after I get some water. And so the leg that's behind is going to be coming up and actually kicking. I'd recommend not kicking out completely. You might knock something over. Whew. So with the knee kickouts, coming down into this same position again. If you want to make it more challenging, you can actually get into the lunge position, bring up the knee, back down, bring up the knee, and back down. So we're going to do this 8 times, so 4 on each side, just to get the body and the blood flow moving. So coming up. When I'm in that position, I like to pulse on my back leg, and that pulsing really just gets the quadriceps and the hamstrings moving in unison. So it's good to get the blood flowing there. Now switching sides. Again, you can rest your knee, or you can have it extended to get that full stretch, whatever works for you. And again, just bringing up the knee, bringing up the knee. And so when you come up, you really just want to try to get that knee to about waist height, a little bit higher if you can, as high as you can go really. But as long as you're getting to the hip or close to the hip, you're doing it well. So, definitely feeling warmed up. So now we're going to do the camel stretch. So this is another holding stretch. So the camel stretch is, show you from the side view. Let me make sure that I'm following chat. You can never tell. All right, so you want to get into underneath, and you want to just lean back, and as you're leaning back, if you can, grab onto your ankles. So you're reaching back, you're grabbing onto your ankles. I'm going to try to do this for 30 seconds. If you can't do it for 30 seconds, don't worry. Just getting that stretch in is really all you need. So I'm going to put the timer on for 30 seconds. And so again, just leaning back, I put my hands on my heels, pushing your chest outwards. So you're really going to feel that in your quadriceps. If you can go back further, you can certainly do that. But if this is too difficult, you can just rest on your knees. Sweet. Okay, so now we're going to get into the pancake stretch. I really need some more water. Okay, so the pancake stretch, we're just going to be making a V with our legs, so just putting our legs outwards. And to really nail it home, I'm going to reach each side, so we're going to do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. I'm going to throw the timer on. So again, legs in a V, reaching down on one side. If you can grab your toes, great, but really you just want to get low to your knee. Okay, so now we're going to switch to the other side. So going from my left now to my right. And again, trying to get your body parallel with your knee. It's hard to do, so don't focus on that. Just really focus on getting that stretch out. I like to not only touch my toes, but also pull my foot backwards, just to really stretch out the calf as well. So you'll find that as you get more and more flexible, you can start adding in harder modifications, which can really speed up your stretches. So there we go. I think that's the end of our warm-up. It sure is, so hope everyone's feeling good. Morning, coolest. Never knew you could bend backwards like that. Yeah. You'd be surprised what our bodies could do, really. Especially when we really push it. So now getting into the actual workout, we're going to be doing just one set. That's just one movement, and we're going to be doing 10 repetitions. So we're going to be doing that one movement 10 times, and then we're going to move on to the next exercise. So this one is a little bit tricky, as again, I'm trying to keep it in the working out with movement. So we're going to be going from sumo squats, which is a very wide squat, to a regular squat, then to a skier's squat. So that's feet close together. So we're going wide, normal, and then together. So, and once we do all three, that's one rep. So we're going to do that 3 movement 10 times. So getting into it. So a sumo squat, if you can, try to put your feet pointing out to the sides, and then you want to just get down into it. So this is the sumo squat. So again, if you can get your feet to the sides as far as you can, but don't hurt yourself, and make sure that you have that balance, right? So this is the sumo squat. So you can try to get as low as you can, but it is really tight, especially on the hip flexors and the glutes. So that's the sumo squat. Then we're going to go into the normal squat. So again, keeping your feet now completely facing forward, coming down, back up, then feet together, and back up. So I kind of messed that one up a bit. It's hard for me to keep my knees together, but certainly possible. So that's one. So again, now starting in sumo squat, coming down, back up to normal squat, and then the skier squat. So that's 2. So again, we're doing those 3 movements 10 times total. So sumo squat, coming down, back up. For me, what I like to do is I like to have my feet parallel with the mat along the width of it. For the normal squat, that's about shoulder width for me. And then I go outside of my mat for the sumo, and in the middle. So going down, coming back up, feet now together as best as you can. I guess I have wide knees or something, so my feet don't go together, but there it is. And that's 4, so we're getting there. But this is certainly a workout. Don't let anybody tell you that this is not a workout, because this is going to be a workout. And then feet together. So again, with each one, you want to try to get as deep as possible. Obviously, with the skier's jump, it's harder than it is, say, the sumo jump. So now we're on our sixth. I'm just going to be speeding up a bit here. But don't worry about pacing, because I'll certainly be having water after this. So I personally, I like to keep my hands forward. It just helps with balancing. You can keep them out to the side, to the back, if that helps. Really, whatever helps. And don't worry about getting too deep into it. That's the goal, but if it hurts, it hurts. So again, just trying to get that movement in. So just doing this 3 more times. I've also historically hated leg day. When I would play football in high school, it was like the most dreaded but most important day. So this is definitely bringing me back. So I think that was 10. I'll throw another one in just for good measure, just so nobody says I didn't do them. Okay, so whew. Hope everyone is feeling good. I am very hot, but we're definitely starting strong. The second workout is going to decrease in difficulty slightly, and that'll continue until we're hitting the cool down. So the objective is to really go off of the warm-up, start really strong, and then finish with some lesser workouts, and then go into the cool down. So we're basically cooling down as we work out. So now we're going to get into side lunges. So I haven't planned that we would do pulses on each side, but that can be difficult. So I will be going through the pulses, but if you feel like you can't do them, certainly try them. But if not, we can just do side-to-side lunges. So what that looks like, and I guess I'll do it this way, is again, keeping the legs forward, trying to anyways, the feet forward, coming down, and you just want to lift. So that's 3 pulses. If you can do 3 pulses, that's amazing, that's excellent. If you can't, you can try 2 pulses, 1 pulses, more if you feel like you can do more, or tone it down. So again, what it looks like. So essentially it's like a one-legged squat, except more in that sumo side lunge. So that's really why we wanted to stretch out our abductors, adductors, as well as our glutes. So yeah, so getting into that other side, again, trying to get in those pulses, switching to the other side. You know what? Some music might be pretty good for this, so I'm actually just gonna see if I can do that. Perfect.
Bluetooth mode.
Okay, so
Connected.
amazing. Perfect. Let me know if that's too loud or too low. Also, if you have any specific music, please recommend it. I'm always looking forward to more, so going down to the other side.
My veins carrying life through me, and my mother, like the love
Switching
she
sides.
gave me through our umbilical cord.
And so we're just doing this 5 times each side.
There are times my maternal blood rushes through me like a wave from another sea.
I'll do one more each side.
There are other times they storm and collide in my sweat palms, and I need to take a breath.
So those were the side lunges with pulses.
And feel that
So it's a
life
pretty,
brewing.
but it's not bad. Okay, cool. Just gonna turn it down a little bit then. I'll obviously pause as I'm getting into the workout. Okay, so now we're going to be doing some side leg raises so we can finally lay down, get a little bit of resting in. As I said, cooling down as we go through it. So now we're going to be lying on our sides and we're going to be lifting our legs up. And while we lift our legs up, we want to hold them in the air for 5 seconds. So do this 10 times each side. It's maybe not the best angle, but so I'm lying to my side. I like to prop myself up. You can certainly lay down flat, but trying to keep the toes straight, trying to keep your feet flexed straight, flexed forward, keeping your legs straight, lifting. And back down, so lifting up, holding for 5 seconds at that height angle, however far you can get your leg up, and then bring it back down. So put the music back on actually.
Emotionally and spiritually.
Should be okay. So that's 4.
With the faith that is in me. That is safe when I can face my fears. With the faith that is safe when I can face my fears. Like my maternal home, my lifeblood, Mother Roots. Mother Roots. Mother Roots. Mother Roots.
So I've got 2 more on this side. So now switching sides. So 5 more on this side. Okay. I hope I did 10. I think I did 10. Okay, so now we're gonna do some cross-legged raises. Pause music quick. So we're gonna be doing some cross-legged raises. So now we're gonna go back to standing up. We're gonna cross our legs while we're standing, and we're going to move the cross leg upwards and back over. So similar to what we just did laying on our side. And again, very similar, we're going to lift that leg up and try to hold it for as long as you can. Admittedly, I didn't try that. so we're going to see how long I can hold it. Again, aiming for 5 seconds, but anywhere between 1 second to just doing the movement is totally fine. So standing cross-legged, lifting the leg out. Okay, so I can do it for a couple of seconds. So again, cross-legged. Your feet can be flat. There's no problem there. Just really keep your balance. And then bring the foot up and back down. So back down, back up, back up. Oof. Starting to be able to hold it less and less. So again, we're just going to be doing this 10 times each side. So we'll recross our legs the other way. Bring that leg up. And again, I like to keep my arms out just for balance, but if you need to hold on to something, you surely can. And it makes that movement a lot easier. You can even hold it for longer. So the question is, why am I doing it like this? And there's no good answer. just for the sake of balance, I guess. So bring that leg up, back over. If you want to make this really difficult, you can do inverted swings. But I won't be doing that today. But again, just as a modification, you can come as far over as you can, bring that up, far over as you can, bring that back up. Do this 3 more times on the side. If you want to make it extra hard, you can not have the foot touch the floor, like so. So it's really good for control of your legs. That's really what the hip flexors are. So as long as you are doing those movements, you'll definitely see some better control in your legs. So now crossing the leg over to the other side. Just lifting it up. Oof. Okay, maybe let's let me just reassess that. And then so again, bring it straight up as best as you can. I think I have less movement on this side. Probably from sitting all day. Oof. Yeah, that's bad, but anyway, so bring that leg up as best as you can. If you can't balance well like me, don't worry about getting to this point. If you have to stop here and readdress it, you more than welcome to do it. There we go. I found a place to focus on, so got that balance kind of better down packed. Whew. And there we go. So I am sweating up a storm. I'm proud of that. Whew. Okay. So now getting into the, I don't want to call it easier part, but the easier part, which is the calf raises and calf pulses. So first for the calf raises, you're going to need a wall, or really a wall or a pillar works best. If you can find a table that's about chest height to push against, but really you just need something to push against. You could do it while in that V position or downward dog, and you can just lift your body using your calves like so. So bring the calves up. So that's one way to do it if you don't have a wall, but my preferred method is to grab onto something. So I got this, and you want to try to push upwards with your arms so that you're forcing your lower body to lift a heavier weight, so working against your upper body. So grabbing onto something tight and just forcing your calves to lift, almost trying to lift that object with your body. So feet are shoulder width apart. Try to keep everything straight and just lifting the calves. So I like to do this a little bit slower. I think 10 repetitions might be too little to really feel a burn, but we'll go ahead with 10. And again, as you come up, just work your way down slowly. Work your way up slowly. And work your way down. So this is really, really good, again, for that control that we were talking about. Yeah, I'm not really feeling a burn doing this, so I'm just gonna... Okay, so I'd say about 20 is good for a burn. Again, if you can do them faster, you're more welcome to it. But I would definitely start slow and just see where your calves are at. So those are calf raises. Pretty simple idea. Now we're going to be doing some calf pulses. So this is going to focus more on the idea of doing things quick. But again, if you want to take it slowly, you're still going to get that muscle worked out. So going back into that thinking position, or the Kaepernick, you're going to want to lift your body weight as you're resting on the knee, and you want to just pulse your calf. So similar to what we were seeing, I like to put my whole body on it, And you can take it slow, but you're definitely going to feel it. And so again, just doing that about 10 to 20 times. I probably should have gauged that better. For me, it takes a lot to get a burn down there. So I'll be doing this 20 times, but again, really go until, I don't want to say until your calf gives out, because that's a little nuts, but go until you feel that burn. So I just did about 30. That to me felt pretty good. My muscles were definitely flexed, quivering a bit. So now switching to the other side, flexing the calf, resting on the knee, and we're just gonna, again, lifting that body weight up. You can even push down if you really want to get the calf activated, but just resting on it, allowing gravity to really do its thing. Okay. Whew. So that was the, yes, good. Okay, so this is the, that was the leg workout. I'm drenched. In a weird way, I hope you guys are all looking and feeling about the same as me. So now to address that, we're gonna start getting into the cool down. So as I said, we were working down the muscles, getting to some easier workouts as we got further down, but now we're really going to cool down. So these are going to be some static stretching, so stretching without movements. So the first one is going to be the standing quadricep stretch, or the leg tuck. So we'll do it from the side. It's quite simple. You just bring your leg up and you just try to tuck it behind. If you could try to get forward, maybe even put both hands on this, but watch out for your face. You don't want to face plant. So again, just really trying to get your heel to touch your bum. Probably should have said glutes, but your posterior. And again, just trying to get that quad stretch. Doing it for about 30 seconds if you can. If you want to lean into it, again, more than welcome to. But there you are. So we're not going to neglect the other side, but just because it's easier, now we're going to do the hamstring stretch. So now you really want to bring the knee to your chest. So similar idea. Just really trying to get that knee to your chest as best as you can. If you need balance, do grab onto something. I'm not denying that I do need balance, but I've kind of worked it out in my head that if I keep balancing, I'll just become so used to it. Now switching sides. Again, show it from this side. So again, really trying to get that heel in. And again, if you want to lean into it, whatever really helps you push that leg back to really get your quad stretched is perfect. So just pulling it in. Now we're going to be bringing it up to the front. So again, knee to your chest. So because we're working on legs, it's very important that we get in a stretch before and a stretch afterwards, as well as like maybe eat a banana or something, just because we really want to activate that potassium and really try to get our muscles relaxed so that we can build on them. So now that we knock those two out, we're going to be doing a standing calf lift or a toe lift. So it's a little awkward to get going, but I'll attempt to show it. So I like to bend whatever leg I'm not stretching. So again, whatever leg I'm not stretching, the opposite leg. So that's my left leg is going to be bent just so I can get low enough to it. And then I'm just going to pull back on my toes and stretch that calf out. So you're really going to feel this one. It's a great stretch. Again, trying to keep first your balance, which I'm failing at, and then trying to keep that leg activated. And you want to try to keep your body facing forward, your toes facing forward as you stretch it out. Again, doing it for about 30 seconds. Whew. Perfect. So same thing, other side now. Again, bending this leg, getting low enough. So now I'm bending my right leg, and now I'm stretching out my left. Again, you want to hook underneath the balls of your feet if you can and pull. If you can't get low enough, bend the other knee. More. And just pull. So again, just stretching out the calf. And you'll notice that when you're keeping your body straight like this, you're really going to feel that stretch. Whew. So those were the standing calf tilts or toe tilts. And now we're going to get into the lunge stretch. So after we did those pulsating lunge movements, we really want to stretch out our abductors and adductors. So again, you want to get into the thinking position or the half lunge, and you want to just lean forward on this knee. So now my knee is coming just above the ankle, so you can adjust to get into that position. And now, if you can, extend your back leg. And so when you extend your back leg, you're really getting in that quad stretch. So again, just pushing back, holding for as long as you can, up to 30 seconds for the sake of this video or live, but really anywhere up to 30 seconds or past that on your own time is excellent. Whew. Now switching sides. Now, if you can sit up as well, that'll really push that deeper, pushing your hips to the floor. You're really going to feel that stretch setting up. But if you're tired like me, you can rest this way as well, and you'll still get that stretching. But just for the sake of modifiers, you can do this definitely to make it harder. Whew. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the gluteal stretch. So keeping one leg forward, I'm going to cross the other one over, getting it up as far as I can, and I'm just going to hug that leg. So you're really stretching out the glutes as well as the hamstring muscle group. And of course, you're going to feel it in your adductors, which I hope are the outside muscles of your thigh. If they aren't, that's embarrassing, but I believe they're abductors. Whew. So again, just crossing that leg over. I like to bring it to where my hip starts, and then I like to pull it in. Switching sides now. Again, crossing that leg over, bringing it as far as you can. You can even pull in the heel this way using your other arm. And you really want to try to get it as close to the ground as possible and then hugged right in. So bringing that knee to your opposite pec. I hope nobody was planning on going out this weekend, because doing leg day sometimes can really just make you sit around the house. So now we are going to just end with a pancake stretch and a leg flutter. So getting into this position, again, getting that leg in a V, and you want to just flutter your legs out. Now, once you think that you've gotten that flutter out, we can begin to reach forward. And just for good measure, I think I'll throw in a butterfly stretch as well, just in case my abductors are feeling a little bit tight. Again, I really hope that that's the inside muscle. And then once you get into the butterfly, you can flutter some more. Again, really good at just trying to shake those knots loose. I should say pre-knots loose. So anything that you might have accumulated during that workout. I know that especially now with COVID, stagnancy is going on a lot, so makes us more prone to injury when it comes to working out. Always the really hard part. And again, for me, I like to just put my knees and elbows together, and I like to just push down gently with my knees. Again, trying to get low. Whew. Okay. Wow, so that felt really good. That felt like a real workout. So, yeah, so this is our workout for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I am really beat and really sweaty, so so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. Um, but yeah, thank you all for joining me today. This was a great workout session. I definitely needed that. Hope it worked out well for everybody else. Um, and make sure to use these videos in your own time if you would like to have your own workout schedule or if you would like to double up. Again, there's no problem with working out all the time. Definitely encourage it to work out whenever you can. Whew. So yeah, thanks again, everybody. It's been a great leg day, and I will see you all Monday. So Monday we're going to come back with an upper body workout, stretch workout, and cool down like usual, and it'll be following this type of schedule. So as we get closer to the cool down or the end of the session, it'll get easier. And then each month, I'm going to try to increase the difficulty. So I'm going to start adding in various sets, maybe even more repetitions, maybe even some like homemade weight creation. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. So see everybody Monday. Take care again. Thank you very much for joining me. And